and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here. This is the third video in my mini series, Getting Your First Internship. And in this video, we discuss how to kill it at a career fair. Career fairs are not about getting hired on the spot. The goal is getting emails and contacts, not offers. If you think about when you're walking out the door, you have a bunch of emails and a bunch of business cards, you have one. That is the largest goal of a career fair and the first thing you should focus on. The first thing we need to talk about when it comes to career fairs is how many resumes to bring. I think this is something that kind of overwhelms a lot of students. Often you'll see the list of companies and it might be 100, 500, 1,000, just crazy amounts of companies. And it is just impossible to truly go to all of those tables and have a meaningful conversation. So what I encourage students to do is, before a career fair, every school will post all of the attending companies. And you should go in there and you should look for what they're hiring for or what departments they have and see if it's a company that you would want to work at, whether as an intern or full-time. Then I want you to pick maybe your 10 to 20 favorite companies that you're like, okay, this is somewhere I'd want to work, and plan to take that many resumes. You can always bring a few extra if you plan to do like a warm-up at a company you don't care about, or if you think you might, be there and find some other companies you're interested in. But plan with this like 10 or 20 and just take them and then go to those companies. Don't try to just get your resume out there and try to run into as many people as possible. It's much better to go to targeted companies that you'd actually want to work at that have roles in your field. It'd be really useless if you wanted to work as a software engineer and you went to a company that was exclusively hiring accountants, like a small accounting firm. That would just be a waste of your time. They're really not looking for a software engineer. I would also say that try to go there in a really good mood and be ready to hand that resume over to the recruiter. Okay, so now we're gonna walk through what it'll be like when you're handing the resume over and how you're getting to that point. So you'll be waiting in line likely, and then you'll come up to the table and you'll be the first person in the row, and you will shake their hand. Do 2 firm shakes is standard. And while you're shaking their hand, you'll say, "Hi, I am Anna Rose Fenchak." Of course, insert your own name. And they'll introduce themselves. And then at this point, normally students will take a folder with them with all their resumes in them. And you'll pull one resume out. I normally just sit it on the top when I'm 2 to 3 people back in the row. And then take that. And once you release the handshake, so the 2 shakes, you both say your name, release the handshake, hand the resume over, and then now they'll have your resume. And what they'll do is they'll start to scan that, and then while they're scanning it is the perfect time to give your elevator pitch. So the elevator pitch should be just a brief overview, reiterating your name, your major, what you're interested in, and why them. You can also go a bit over your experience in the past, but they are reading your resume, so brevity is definitely the goal of this portion. So something like, "Hi, I'm Anna Rose Fenchak. I'm a computer science senior. I saw you guys have done a lot of projects in data engineering with your in-house ERP system, and my experience as a data engineering researcher here has made me super interested in applying to roles at your company. I'm looking for full-time roles for spring of 2026. And then that'll be a great way to kick off the conversation. They'll have kind of looked over your resume. And then likely they'll ask you maybe a few more questions about it. And largely that phase is over. You already have made a great impression. You've killed it. You just want to iterate the interest. That little part about knowing that they have an in-house ERP system shows the extra initiative. Things like that are super important, and since we're only prepping for 10 to 20 companies, we can definitely pull this off. So at this point, you have already gave a great handshake, you've handed over your resume, you've said your elevator pitch, you've probably had a short conversation about the recruiter, mainly just explaining the rules and opportunities they have at the company. You hopefully will be interested in some of those or be eligible for some of those. And then from there, it's the time to ask for emails. And this is truly the most critical part of going to a career fair, and it truly should be the number one thing you're trying to get from the career fair: recruiter emails. So what you want to do is, when they are like, do you have any questions for me? Say, would it be okay if I got your email to follow up and stay in touch? I'm super interested about your company. And 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, of course. Do you have something to write that down with? Just ask for whichever pen they have, write it down with your own pen, the pen you got from the last table, and write down their email immediately. Ideally on something related to their company, so you know like which company the email is, because sometimes you can get confused. And also, then once you write that email down, say thank you so much, it was great talking to you. If you have any other little questions, feel free to ask them. Like, for example, any questions about like their programs or anything. But really, your work is done. If you want to dip, that's fine. Just say it was great to meet you, shake their hand again, 2 firm shakes, and walk off to your next table destination. So immediately after that, you want to note what you talked about, note the role, the team that you were interested in, and that leads you to turn this conversation into an opportunity. So once you've done this 10 to 20 times, you are probably exhausted. You just want to go home and sleep. And I think this is a point where a lot of students miss out on so many opportunities related to career fairs, and why some students feel like career fairs are useless. What you need to do with those emails and those notes that you just took about the conversations you had is immediately, like right after, go to the library, go to your room, open your computer, and immediately email these recruiters at these companies that you are interested in. So what your email should include is a thank you. Something like, hi, Hannah, it was great to meet you today. Thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed our conversation. Specifically, I was super interested when you were talking about your data analytics internship program for next summer. I'm super interested in this role, and I'd love to hear more about it as the details come up. I recently applied to this role, and I'll be looking forward to hearing back. Thanks. So you want this to be short, professional. You want to reiterate interest, thank them, reference your conversation to remind them that you did talk to them. I don't think I mentioned that, but you definitely want to say something like, I met you today at the University of Georgia Career Fair, or wherever you did meet them, and then say that you applied or you will apply. Ideally, just go on the website and apply real quick. I think that makes it so much smoother, and when they're interested in you as a candidate, they can pull you right in to that interview pile. So I think this is truly the most important part, and if there's one thing that you can do to ensure follow-ups and to get more opportunities, it's this. Now, while the last phase of following up the same day is so important, there's also one other thing that is super integral. So it's the real strategy is long-term follow-ups. This is the secret sauce, you could say, and something I've really never heard anybody else talk about. I actually don't know how I came up with it myself, but I guess I did. So anyways, what you want to do is after these initial emails, you'll likely get some replies like, oh yeah, looking forward to staying in touch, blah, blah, blah. And what you want to do is get yourself an Excel document, a OneNote, could just be a Word doc, and put all of the recruiters, their company, and whoever replied to you and who seemed interested. And now this is the part that is a little unorthodox, but definitely professional, appropriate, and great to do. Every 2 to 3 months following that first interaction, send a short update, whether that be a new internship, a project you worked on, a skill you developed. Something like, hi, I hope you've been doing well. Just to remind you, we connected at the university career fair, where we discussed data engineering internships at your company XYZ. I'm so excited to let you know that I recently did an internship at ABC Company where I was a data analyst and worked largely on creating dashboards in Power BI using company data sets. I'd love to transfer these skills to your company. Please keep me posted on rules as they come up. Something like that is perfect. Focus on brevity here, but also giving a little meat to like who you are, why you're interested in them, and keep doing it. 2 months come, another 2 months. Keep sending these messages. It truly just shows that you are interested, but you're not overwhelming them. This is like maybe 3 to 4 emails a year. And this is how you build long-term relationships. I really think that this is what people mean when they say networking. It's not just getting the contacts, it's maintaining that connection. And you, through doing this, are staying on their radar, not being annoying, and positioning yourself to be a top candidate when they are looking for somebody with your experience. So, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching to the end. I'm so excited to have you here on my channel, and I hope you're enjoying these videos and that they're useful to you. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. We're trying to build this community and reach as many students and early career professionals as possible. Just to reiterate, as you're heading into your next career fair, career fairs are relationship building. Interviews come later, and one strong connection can change everything. Bye, guys!